So
I love this. First off,
That's a big game.
I love the opening weekend in college football this year. So many big games. I will be doing nothing that Saturday. Nobody call me.
Come over here. You guys come over and watch sports.
Can always make.
I unfortunately have to work until 1, but I'll come over after.
Oh, that's terrible. Now let's go to Maryland. One of the games that I'm excited to watch first week of the season is Maryland at Texas. Remember when we were talking earlier this year about games to watch? The big ones were Maryland at Texas, Michigan at Florida, or is it Florida at Michigan? Michigan versus Florida, whatever it is, and Alabama versus Florida State. So those are the three.
It's all opening weekend.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch it. We're only like 6 weeks away at this point.
Yeah. We're getting really close. I've got already dates set for fantasy drafts I have to attend to. Like, this is how I know it's coming right down the down the pipeline here.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait for college football. So like I said,
so you can't hide it.
No, I cannot. I'm so excited, and I cannot hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. But so really quickly, my prediction: the 4 that I have: Alabama, USC, Penn State, Oklahoma State. I have Alabama beating Oklahoma State, USC beating Penn State, Alabama beating USC in the national championship.
All right. I could definitely see your final coming to fruition.
I'm looking forward to the playoffs and the rest of the full season.
They need to expand.
This is like the full.
They do.
What would you say? This is like the third season I'm going to watch in full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably your third.
I'm 36.
I'm 36.
I don't even know half the conferences, what teams are in the conferences.
You don't
right
need
now.
to.
But I could pick it up very quickly, along with all the other sports I like. So.
Yeah, there's a level of entertainment and excitement in college football that's unmatched, and it's the fact that if you really want to be watching like football and no commercials, you can find a game on.
But see,
everywhere.
And this is what I told Tony was the biggest problem with me in watching college football. Is like when you're sitting there watching the NFL, you have pretty much the same spectrum of talent. You know, they're all professionals. They all got drafted. They all have seen, like the coaches have seen something, and that's why they were drafted. When you're watching college football, you have guys that are amazing that are going to get drafted and go into the NFL and be professional football players. And then you also have players that are going to not, graduate college and not have a job and become an accountant or a lawyer.
One's going to become Larry, your accountant.
Yeah, and it's like there's such a spectrum.
He's
that
the kicker.
There's guys that are going out there that are doing things that seem to me to be so fabricated because the talent there is against certain teams that they play are just not there.
That's what you look for these certain games. There's just certain games where you finally pit and you get to see, let's see potential future NFL talent go up against potential future NFL talent.
But it's hard for me to want to see a potential NFL player playing against somebody that is in the more likes of me.
Listen.
Like it would be
wait. Hold on. No offense to you. But to get a Division I scholarship is astronomically difficult.
But not every single player on these football teams are on full scholarships.
No, they're not. They're not. Yeah. The teams, the higher Division I AA gets 53, I think, and the FBS teams get 75 scholarships.
That's a lot of scholarships, though. It's still, but you have big teams.
Yeah. So the argument, I'm going to counteract your argument. You're talking about seeing these teams play against lesser talent.
Not just lesser talent. I feel like you could have a great team and great camaraderie, and these players can be good playing together. But some of these players are not nearly the talent level as their counterpart that they're playing against.
Oh, no, but you still have examples where Appalachian State beats Michigan.
No, yeah.
When Michigan is number 5 team in the nation, you have Jacksonville State who beat Ole Miss. You have James Madison who beat Virginia Tech. You have, just last year, North Dakota State beat Iowa in Kinnick.
Oh, and I get
They went into Kinnick and beat Iowa.
There's always going to be, for me though, there's always going to be that aspect, just like the NFL is any given Sunday. It could be any given Saturday. As long as the team is working together in a way that is productive against who they're playing, and if they know their plan is working, then they're going to keep it running, and they could beat them.
College football is way more gimmicky, and that's the one thing that I hate about college football. A lot of teams aren't preparing their players to enter the NFL. Like, you don't run spread option in the NFL.
No.
You don't run 5 wide receivers every play in the NFL. You don't start every snap from the shotgun in the NFL.
Most of the defense is like nickel back anyways, isn't it?
Yeah, and most of the defense you see, a lot of them don't play a 4-3. They play a 3-4.
Yeah.
Again, this is why I like watching Big Ten football specifically. I feel it's more of a game that is run at the pro level from top to bottom in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, the Big Ten, is it the Big Ten's all-time scoring leader or just Penn State's? I think it's Big Ten's all-time scoring leader is Kevin Kelly, a kicker.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Which is great.
That's fundamental football right there.
That is. And Penn State, back in 2007, was that when USC and Texas played in the national championship?
2007?
That sounds about right.
That was what?
for
You're
Vince
talking,
Young.
wait, hold on, what teams?
Vince Young, Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
And that was
about
at
right.
Matt Leinart and everything,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That season, there would have been a third undefeated team. I'm about to go back in history. Penn State, they're playing Michigan. This is back when Michigan had Brady Quinn and Mario Manningham and Mike Hart. The refs messed up, put more time on the clock, and allowed Michigan to run another play that they scored a touchdown on. Manningham scored in the back of the end zone. That time shouldn't have been there. Penn State, USC, and Texas all should have been undefeated. So, it's...
No, it wasn't the 2007
2005,
one.
right?
That.
Was it 2005?
2007 was the slaughter that brought Urban Myers to be hired by Ohio State. If you can't beat him, join or hire him.
So let's look that up.
Urban Meyer's been at Ohio State for 10 years now?
No, there was the Urban Myers Florida team that assaulted Ohio State that year.
We're going to look up the national
I
championship.
think it was 05.
Well, we're about to find out right now. 2006.
Oh, 2006.
It was played January 4th, 2006. It was the 2005 season. But yeah, so it was a great game, great teams. Mm-hmm. There should have been another undefeated team, but that's just me being... What's the phrase that these youngins use? Salty?
Salty.
Yeah. All right,
Salty.
So that is going to do it for our top 25. Like I said, season kicks off in about 6 weeks. We don't have the official 25 yet, but we will soon. So once...
See how close this is. This is going to be interesting.
I feel like I have a couple that aren't going to be on there. Like
yeah, of course, everyone will. But I want to see how many you got. Like I think your top
I
five
think your
is
list
pretty
isn't
accurate.
far off. I think there's going to be a little bit of movement. There might be a few teams that are not on the list, but I think it's going to be surprisingly close.
Let's see if anyone else has
Bleacher Report was one.
Oklahoma State. Yeah, right here.
That's Oklahoma
Sporting-
Sooners
oh.
at 7, not the Oklahoma State. Yeah, keep going. Where did I say? Around 15?
16.
16. There
They've
it
also
is.
got Kansas State at 17.
Well,
They got Miami at 19.
Who wrote this?
I
Don't
don't
say
know.
his name on air, but he's an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, so that's going to be it for our college football and MLB special. We do still have a little bit of stuff to get to. Of course, we have our weekly staple, which is our This Week in Sports History. This one is very historic. On July 11th, 1900, this day in 1900. Charlotte Cooper beat Helene Provost to become the first female Olympic tennis champion and the first individual female Olympic champion in any sport.
Wow.
Nice.
1900. So
Jesus.
also,
1,017 years ago?
yeah, I don't remember.
179,000.
179,000. I don't remember the exact years, but this
1900.
this date also has Babe Ruth throwing his first pitch as a Boston Red Sox. Also has the Boston Red Sox being sold for $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
What a
solid buy.
Yeah. So a lot of good history this day. So that's it. Our first live episode is over. This is the longest episode we've done so far, but I feel like it's also one of the best because we got so heated and
there was a lot of conversations. There was a little sidetrack. We even gave you a little bit of NBA in there.
Yeah, we definitely did. So here comes the annoying part of the broadcast, our shameless plug. You can find us on iTunes just by searching Dan D'Antoni Sports. You can find us on Facebook, again, just by searching Dan D'Antoni Sports. You can find us on Twitter if you do that little @ thing, Dan D'Antoni. You can find our blog, read what we think about college football. I've been doing a 4-part series. I'm in part number 3 this week of why such and such team will win the national championship. I already did USC and Alabama. This week I'm going to write about Penn State. You used to be able to find us on SoundCloud, not anymore.
Sorry, SoundCloud.
We are strictly going through Spreaker for our live audio. You can also find us on YouTube now if you search Dan D'Antoni. So you have plenty of different ways that you can listen. I will still be doing the blog post, and I'll make sure to on Facebook, throw a whole bunch of stuff at our fans.
Also, so you get an idea, 7:15 live is the time we are going to go with going forward on Tuesdays, unless it's otherwise announced.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to try and be consistent, 7:15. We might not always run this long, but now I'm just rambling, so this is adding to it. Anyways, for Dan Tony Sports, we are Dan Snyder, Tony Casper, Dan Beebe, and Chuckles. Thank you guys for listening. Have yourselves a great night.